guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you for Agatha All Along, episode 9, the finale.
I think this one's called Maiden Mother CRONE. I'm translating it from French, but yeah, I think... last episode, Agatha got out of the road with the others. They all achieved what they wanted by their own means, because the road, turns out, never existed.
No, Billy created by his own power.
Yep, he thought, like, he heard the song that gave him the idea, and from there, the others added to his belief, and with his power, he created the road. So he is fucking powerful.
Kudos to you, kid.
Yeah, Jen found out that Agatha was the one that bound her powers. She took them back, and then she left the road. Billy found his brother, and he gave him a body. So we're thinking that Tommy now is currently alive somewhere.
Next step will be to go out there and find his brother back then.
Yeah, and Agatha had said she would push Teen towards Rio, but instead she helped them get his brother and then leave. So, and for her it was moving on from the death of her child, right? Accepting that from death there is also life, there's new beginnings. So she planted a seed and then she left the road. She faced Rio without her powers until Teen showed up and he gave her enough. So Agatha was reborn, and at one point we thought that she might give up Billy to save herself, but she didn't. In the end, she kissed Rio and it looks like she died for someone else. So she did the right thing this time. Aww. It was really sad, which means I don't really know what's gonna happen this episode. We're thinking backstory because we kind of saw we saw a thumbnail of Agatha back in the day, so it could be a flashback of her life. So we might when we die, we are supposed to see her whole life.
True. So we will know what happened then.
We could. And one other thing is that at the end of last episode, Billy realized he created the road, and then we heard someone laugh.
That laugh was familiar.
I think it could be a new person, or if it's Agatha, I didn't recognize her.
You didn't?
But we'll see this episode, maybe. Let's jump in the finale and find out what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright guys, one last time, let's go!
Maiden Mother CRONE. So maybe that's Agatha in the beginning, then Agatha in the middle, and Agatha in the end.
We're gonna say that she was the wicked witch of the West.
And it's interesting, because usually you would begin with an episode like this, but we're ending with it. Oh, she's pregnant.
Oh, man.
Why are you doing this alone in the woods? Who's the father? Even then?
No.
She was very different. So what, she would have died in childbirth?
Maybe her, or maybe her baby?
It cannot be. It must be. You do this and I will hate you forever.
She would have taken the baby.
Please let him live. I can offer only time.
But then, would it be worse to get to know him and then lose him? She would have hated it. She grew to love him and know him. She cared for him, and then she took him away. Because she loved her too much to go against her wishes in that moment. She gave her this, but it ended up being worse. Aww. How did you meet death?
I was not in a bar.
I said no incantation. You I made from scratch.
Oh. So he was supposed to have died.
To be stillborn, something like that. It is, I don't know for you, but it is kind of true that babies and birth are the miracle of life. Their own kind of magic, right? With no spells or incantation, but it is...
For a witch, it would have been something, yeah. You think this is before she killed her coven? Maybe she tried to take the Darkhold because she pulled a Wanda. Maybe she lost her child and she tried to get him back, and that's why she used the Darkhold.
You think?
But Wanda did the same for her kids.
Sister, come forth. Is the little one well?
We have...
Okay, no, she doesn't know them.
Days.
Te accipimus in circulum.
She's already Agatha. I don't remember the year she killed her coven, but this must be after.
Join us.
Because the circle is to reject evil. She couldn't get in.
I want to know why she became like this, though.
In a way, it was in her nature. Unless we have a new, like, truth to this.
I mean, her mom did call her like she was born evil, right?
Her power is to take.
Child. Surely you have kin nearby?
So he's the bait.
Wait, no!
He literally is the bait.
Here, your child stole from us! Is it true, boy? Do you
They're playing it. You take them in, you steal the powers.
Need, return it!
Mama, why do you kill witches?
To survive.
Could we not stay with the witches and survive with them?
No,
He has the right question.
Why?
because then they will try to kill us. If you want to survive, get used to this feeling.
In a way, she got persecuted because of the nature of her power. So now she sees it as fighting back. Survival. Kill them before they kill us. And unfortunately, she became what they feared.
Walk the road, I walk the windy road.
Down, down, down the road.
Wherever it may be,
I'll be there at the
So they started it. Oh.
use your purple.
My what?
Your purple.
I can cast illusions, control a feeble mind, but I cannot heal you. I cannot protect you from what's coming, and I cannot divine when she will return.
When who will return?
Powerless.
Winding through the woods where all that's wrong is right.
All that's bad.
They were creating the song together.
Many miles of
How did Alice's mother know this?
The song has been out there for
Forever.
centuries.
So they've been spreading it.
In a way, that's a way of keeping him alive then.
in your fears.
Oh. And literally that means that Billy made his thing a reality. God.
You said that she was feeling powerless because it is inevitable that her son will die.
Maybe that's why she keeps taking from others, because she was trying to get strong enough to fight death.
Maybe.
My friend.
On top of everything else, because I think she was already like that, but...
Hey.
So he's spreading it. As soon as they like, oh, we're gonna make money off of this kid. But he's really pale, so it's literally like a sickness.
She's looking for witches.
Oh, astounding! Take your fee. And others, reward him for his talent.
And then witches would have been like, what are you talking
Come
about?
upon such a curious song. Let us find you a warm meal. My sisters and I can help.
I thank you, but no. My mother needs me home.
He doesn't want other witches to die. He had a kind heart.
Just like Billy. No wonder that Billy reminded her of Nicholas.
Nicky!
And she would have lived in constant fear that this could be the day.
Mama, we can kill more witches tomorrow.
We'll go on the murder spree tomorrow. And that would make sense that when she was once again killing a witch and stealing power, his ghost was like, Mommy, stop, because he used to say it.
Neath the wooden shrine, I stray not from the path.
So they started the legend of the road. That's why people say she's the only one who got out of it.
Gone is gone, we carry on forever.
By your side.
The trauma, though, when she sang that song with the others, now it puts a weight to it.
But when you listen to the lyrics with her and her son, it's like, at the end of the road, you will be there, we will be together.
Oh.
She was more similar to Wanda than people might think.
Maybe that's why she connected with her. It's time. Oh, like this is cool.
There is no warning for when deaths come. Oh,
Say goodbye.
thank you, Rio. But she's gonna wake up and it will be gone.
Hence the hatred between them despite how they loved them, you know, each other. It's really sad.
Nicky.
Gosh, I forgot only his soul left, not his body. Fuck, no.
I have always known this road
The song was a promise that they would reunite eventually.
If one be gone, we carry on. But every mile I go beyond the end,
This is a story of her fucking life.
for mother loves you so.
You must know the way then.
How dare you?
Forgive me.
It kind of reminds me of Mrs. Hart.
I thought you may know the way.
The way to what?
The Witch's Road.
The Witch's Road.
Maybe the people looking for the road went to Agatha. She took them and stole their powers.
You know the ballad, and I'm in great need.
They are looking for an answer. She would have had it.
She does look like Mrs. Hart, yeah.
Of course, I will show you the way to the road.
It's the same thing she used to do with Nicky. Baiting,
We must gather a coven.
finding witches.
Down, down, down.
I love this. I'm getting chills.
Down the witch's road.
So she would have done it with our girls too in the present, singing the song to eventually get the powers.
Unlock thy hidden gate. Forward. Where's the door? Beneath the wooded shrub.
She did exactly that. They would. She was baiting them,
Exciting
but
them to use their power on her.
but with Billy, the door actually appeared.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool, man. This show is so good.
If one be gone, we can.
Oh, she started a dark cycle, man. And her legend just kept growing. And of course she would be the only one surviving the road because she's the only one alive after this. Oh. Same fucking pattern. Oh my god. But then how she became this is fucking sad. The best villains are like that, you know? This song is just really good.
Throughout the series, this is good.
She became a character.
The 80s.
It's interesting because that's how you see witches. You know, they bait you and they make you come with them and then yep. She would have done the same shit here. The first time it actually worked.
Where's that fucking dog?
Real witches in the house.
What is that?
Yeah, it worked. For
And
the first
she-
time it worked thanks to Billy.
She played, and I mean, I guess after all these years, having a door open here, she thought that, could I get to the end and actually get something, maybe?
Yeah.
Or she would have maybe guessed, yeah. Now we need to rewatch
It's
it.
the fact that he created the road and he was the one to enter. Maybe if he didn't, the other couldn't have go inside, you know?
She looked at us straight up. So is it her here?
It was me.
It was her. Okay, that's why it's
Told that it's
familiar.
familiar.
You grew gray.
She's the old crone.
Yeah.
I saw you die.
And now I'm a ghost. Can you dig it?
She still got the sass.
Did I make the road?
Unlike your mother, you actually did something interesting with your power.
Hey.
You're making fun of me.
The song doesn't mean anything. It never did.
It meant something. It meant the love you had for your son.
So you're saying that everything we went through
Every
Everybody
death
that died.
means that I killed them?
you didn't.
Oh.
I wouldn't. You didn't know, man. It's not your
I'm a
fault.
murderer. Alice!
Well, I killed Alice.
Lilia, in the tower.
That was her choice.
Mrs. Davis!
Against the Salem 7, it wasn't him.
This is art.
I killed them.
Don't give yourself too much credit. You saved a life.
Jennifer.
What?
I mean, 2 life. He saved. Oh.
Well, that's how she
Yeah.
got out. Well, she got her power back, so she's reborn. It's a new dawn for her, right? Never forget how strong you are.
Oh. Just like Wanda.
Jen.
And you save
My
also.
basement on day 1.
No shame admitting it.
If you want to be a witch, get used to this feeling.
I'll never get used to this.
If you manage that, maybe that's what makes you good. She's hinting at a dark future. I hope not.
Well, you did say Maleficent, you can have the dark road and the good road.
If you, kind of like his mother, right? If you get vilified, maybe eventually you turn into the villain.
Technically, he saved 2 lives, like Jennifer and the boy who will become his brother, right?
No, that boy is dead, but his brother took the body.
So what are we doing down here?
It's like his sidekick, the talking animal on his shoulder always. Eh.
Cool.
Naliese Phantasma.
Wait,
Wade ad Lucem.
What
I
is he
don't-
doing?
Exorcising her?
Time to go toward the light or into Rio's toxic embrace, or wherever you deserve to spend eternity. I really don't care anymore. Wade ad Lucem. Relinque Teron. Naliese Phantasma.
You think you could just send me into the afterlife with an incantation and a personal item?
Relinque Teron. Naliese
You're afraid.
Phantasma. Relinque Teron.
Give it to me.
Naliese Phantasma.
Give it back! It's mine!
Why are you still here?
Because I can't face him!
What she became. She can't look Nicky in the face, man. He would have hated how she became.
After every witches that she killed, yeah.
So that's why she's been so afraid of death. That's why she's been running away so much.
I'm sure he would forgive you for...
You don't even know the backstory,
you
kid.
it's when you say things like that
Remind her of him.
that you remind me of him.
Spirit is my guide.
Oh shit.
We could make a good team.
I don't know.
Coven too.
I do tend to kill my coven.
Yeah, but now you're dead.
So do I.
Oh shit. Oh. We won't forget them.
One door closes.
And another opens.
You're growing strong, kid.
He is a quick study.
Let's go find Tommy.
Yep.
Season 2. Oh shit.
Holy fuck, man. So this was Agatha all along.
I do not regret watching it. It was really good.
Again, getting emotional over this shit. It was really good. I would put that show right under Loki, and that's because I love Loki personally, right? I think out of all the Marvel shows that I've heard about, I'm putting this one almost at the top, currently, because I've heard other shows are really good too, but...
I'm wondering though, because she was already pregnant and she knew Rio before.
But she killed her coven before that.
Yeah.
So she had been dabbling with, dark magic.
Yes. Do you think that do you think that this is where she met Rio for the first time?
Maybe. She would have played with dark forces, so she would have maybe met death. Rio used to be very, sweet and kind of she used to do this calmly instead of being ominous and being like, you need to fall. I guess, time played with her and changed her and whatever, but...
But I don't see Agatha having a relationship with Rio and just having a one-night stand with someone and becoming pregnant, though.
No.
So what do you think? So what,
No, but I mean...
Rio, since Rio is the Green Witch, what, she gave her life or something because she wanted to have a child, they wanted to have a child with each other?
I don't know
She's
how.
the Green Witch.
We don't need an answer to all questions. she was pregnant, she had a child, that child was supposed to die. Rio came to take it, and I guess they had been playing, you know, hard to get together. They had been spending time together. They had met through all the dark rituals or whatever. But Agatha had been dabbling in dark forces, and she had, you know, her nature, her powers, the nature of her power was to take from others. From what I gathered, because she's not gone forever, and that means that there could still be more to figure out. But if not, from what we can, you know, figure out here, her power being dark in nature, other witches would look at her, and her curiosity led her to cross lines, and maybe she played with Rio back in the day and danced with death, and the witches of her coven were like, what the fuck? They condemned her for her nature. They tried to kill her, and so she, since her power, you know, is to take, she took their powers, grew strong from that, and then later on had a child. And I'm guessing she kept trying to take powers from others. My biggest guess is that she did it in order to be strong enough to stop her child from dying, because when she was saying, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, but I cannot heal you, I kind of took it as, maybe if I get strong enough, I will be. But the way she explained it was also that this is how we survive, because if we don't do that, people will hunt us, people will kill us, right? It's kind of like I need to be strong enough to face them, because they will write me off as the villain. But in a twist of irony, doing this turned her into the villain. They claimed she was. So maybe she wasn't that bad back in the day. She did cross limits, but for her, a witch does these things, right? A witch should be willing to, or allowed to explore and be curious about shit. The way she explains it to Billy is that it's in a witch nature, right? You do these things. And then they condemned her, she took their powers, and then after that it became a way for her to survive, be strong enough to live. And since it was about getting strong and keep living and stuff, that means she was dancing with death. If people target her because she killed her coven, death was always nearby, right? Never really reached her, but always there. So yes, they maybe developed something. I need more about Rio's existence.
She just exists.
And then the ultimate betrayal, despite them knowing each other and flirting with one another, calling each other love, she got pregnant. That baby was supposed to be stillborn. She came to get the baby. Because of her love for Agatha, she allowed the baby to live for 6 years. In a way, some people would say that this was the best gift you could have given her, because it allowed her to love and know that child. Some people say it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. But for Agatha, she grew to care and love and know this boy, and then Rio took him away in the middle of the night as well. But that's her job. It's really sad, because it's not like she can stop it. It's not like she can do shit about this, right?
It's the balance of things, right? The circle of life.
Yeah. But then in a way, like Agatha could have been saying, like, you allowed me to live, right? Like, you made decisions. You could. It's easy to be like, why not leave him here, right? Like, why do you have to take him? Because she is taking him. But it's not like you can stop it. She's just a messenger, as far as I'm concerned. So it would have destroyed her. And then, like, I love how they did the song thing.
Aww.
This song was created out of love between a mother and a child.
The origin is so sad.
Yes. It was the thing they had between them. They came up with it together. Yes, they used it to bait witches, and she truly became, like, that montage of her later on just taking power over and over again. She became the stereotype we think of when we think witches, right? The witches stories, right? The old stories. The witches are always baiting people, like having them like come near and stuff until they can eat them, kill them, whatever. She literally did that. She was playing the guide. She was like, "Oh, come, I have something you need," and then
she just said that the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz was based on her, right? She did say that.
In any case, it's just really sad, because she became something. She was saying, like, oh, he would have hated me, because she was saying don't, like, he was questioning what she was doing. He was saying, let's not do this today, we can do it tomorrow, right? And then after his death, it could have been multiple things. We can argue about this, like, we can debate. I think all answers are potentially right. It could be that she was trying to grow powerful enough to even one day maybe bring him back.
I think that maybe most of it was to just she focused on her need to take the power instead of her grief.
She became the villain. She played into the song. The song allowed her to keep him alive in the way by still using him to exist, I guess. Like in that moment she was so broken, and then that was her new path. That was the new thing that was given to her. His last gift to her was this song, and it spread. People knew it. People came to her with that song, looking for guidance.
It's so sad that the meaning of it, that at the end of the road, we will be reunited again. We will be together. It is so sad when you listen to the lyrics and what they meant for her and for her son.
But now I kind of want to go back like to the beginning of the show and rewatch it all with the knowledge of, you know, how it came to be and everything, because they came up with it together. It's him and her. This song is them both. And it's just really sad that she twisted it into something to kill. Knowing now that she played into the fantasy because once again, it was people coming to her looking for the road, and she knew it didn't exist. She did say to Billy, it doesn't exist. Like, she sent him away. At first, she didn't want him to you know, she didn't want him to become a victim like the others. But then after that, she saw, when she like, who's your mother? Like, who are you and stuff? She saw the potential for power.
Yeah.
And then he created the fucking door. But at first, like,
she did not expect that, though.
I love that, you know, I was saying at the beginning of the episode, usually we would start with the backstory, maybe, but then the whole thing is about a mystery, right? Like, discovering Agatha today and then understanding why she became like this. It's grief. It's loss. She lost it. And then after that, she grew power hungry, because if she can focus on that, she has an identity. She has a reason to be around. And the song keeps her son present, if not there with her. And it's just... It's easier, like you said, to focus on that than to focus on his loss and his death. But still, like, to figure out that in the end, like, in the beginning of the show, when she was singing the song and then using the others, it really was her about to kill them all. Like, she was baiting them, like, this is so cool.
We expected that she wanted to...
At that moment, yeah.
To provoke them so they attacked her and she will have the power again. But to learn that this is a pattern for her, over and over again, that she used to do back in the day.
But more than that, it's to find out the road didn't exist, and she wasn't doing it to open a potential door. Her whole goal was to kill them all. For sure, though, like, Billy having created the road, which led to the death of 3 people, that's how he sees it, right? Like, he's a good guy, even though he did bad things. He is just like his mom. He could be looked at as a villain, and if he's not careful, he could be an anti-hero. Like, he could toe that line too. And with Agatha as his guide, damn it. I love that she's still gonna be around as the sassy, like, spirit. Like, she can't do much, but then she's learning how to interact with the world, so she could still have an influence. And that means we could also, like, her being around, being a ghost. I know Rio doesn't like ghosts, so that could also mean she could come back and try to do something there.
Ghosts are people who do not move on.
Yep.
She cannot take them.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting, but he is going to be towing that line, because there's always going to be the potential with Agatha telling him that, get used to that feeling, because witches take. They're not good. I'm like, you say that, because I think you saw no alternative. But Billy feeling bad about this, writing the names and stuff, like,
oh my god.
If you don't change that part of you, you're still gonna be a good guy. And like all heroes, meet the Avengers, dude. You'll find out that sometimes you cannot save them all, and you take that and you use it to grow up, like to become better, do better next time, but you cannot let it kill you or turn you, because otherwise you'll end up like Agatha. If the grief changes you into a villain, you're not paying respect to those you lost. And Agatha cares about him enough because he reminds her of Nicholas, but so she's trying, like, to tell him technically, like, I killed Alice, right? And like,
Lilia sacrificed herself
against the Salem 7, which were not a part of the road, so they were still coming. If anything, right, they would have killed Agatha, or they would have killed whoever was in their path. So he
and
didn't kill
Mrs.
them.
Art is Mrs. Art. So.
She's not, like, backing away from reality. And this is one thing I like about Agatha and him being a potential duo, is she's not gonna sugarcoat everything. And whenever, like, since he reminds her of her son and she cared about her son a lot, she's also not gonna fucking antagonize him constantly, especially if she crosses limits, because she will cross limits, but she knows also how to back away from that and help him out, like feel less guilt.
Sure, I mean, for her, even though that she's dead and she's in ghost form, with Billy, this is like a do-over for her. Like, this is what she could have done with her son.
And he's an actual witch. I don't know about Nicholas, but this one at least, like, he can learn and do better than Wanda, do better than Agatha. Like, he's a do-over for them. Like, there's a good potential there. And if you think about it, like, the only person the road killed is Sharon, right? But you grow from that. You don't forget her, so writing the name is good.
You grow from that, nice.
But you cannot let it change you into a villain. That's what I mean. You cannot change the past either. That doesn't mean you're doomed to become a villain. That doesn't mean you're doomed to be like to destroy yourself. Writing the name on the stone is a good move, and then
Paying
from
homage
that,
to them, yeah.
yes, and then from there you need to learn how to avoid this in the future. Grow powerful, but in control of your power. Never cross that line again. And he is learning how to use his abilities really quickly. So this is good. But the other two went there willingly, and even though Alice didn't choose her death, Lilia did, and Alice, that's all Agatha. And to be fair, like Agatha is twisting it a little bit by saying, if you think about it, I was going to kill them all in the basement. You creating the road saved a life. Jen, she would have died in that basement if it wasn't for him.
True.
And not only did it save her life, it gave her a new beginning. Now she is strong again, she's confident again, she's whole, she gets to move on.
I love, like you said, she get out of from the ground like a rebirth.
Yep.
She's born again, so it's really nice. And she flew
away. Maybe to come back one day, I don't know. A witch that we know that's around, maybe we can find her again.
If she knows what is good for her, she won't be back in Westwood. No.
And now they're going to go and get Tommy. I heard that the show is not renewed per se, but in the Wanda universe, WandaVision is season 1, Agatha is season 2, and Vision Quest would be season 3. But Vision Quest, I would assume, is all about Vision. So I don't know where we'll see them again. It could be in another TV show. It could be in a movie somewhere. But it kind of looks like that quest of finding Tommy cannot happen in the middle of an Avengers movie. So
Tommy's gonna be like the X-Men of the sibling.
Well, maybe Tommy has his own thing and it ends with them finding him. That would be interesting too.
That'd be nice.
Now we got an introduction to Billy, and I like him a lot.
Because with Deadpool and Wolverine, they kind of introduced the X-Men once again in the MCU.
But they are not on the same Earth, so
yeah.
Now the X-Men are a part of the MCU because of Deadpool for sure, but they have still not been introduced in the MCU proper because Deadpool happens on another dimension.
So do you think that maybe if they do a season about Tommy, they could introduce the X-Men with him?
Could introduce the X-Men for sure. It could be a movie where he joins. Like, he'd be a good person to follow. We already know him. But I don't know if he would be strong enough to lead an X-Men movie, because at the end of the day, he's not Wolverine, he's not Professor X, he's not Jean, he's not one of the big guys, right? So we'll see, but we're opening so much, and there's so much potential in this, and I love it because the MCU has been going down in the last phase. I talked about this with people the other day, and I'm like, losing Tony Stark basically means that the MCU lost its
central focus,
its point, right? Like its main storyline to which the other movies and shows related to, right? Kind of like people say it's Tony. You could argue it's Captain America too, but I'm saying Tony because I like him. But losing him means that we no longer have a driving force that kind of carries everything. But this introduction with what's coming is interesting. I really enjoyed the show. Agatha is a funny character. In a way, I'm glad she's not dead.
Dead, no.
And this episode was really fucking sad, and I'm surprised it got so many emotions out of me. Like 3 episodes, I'm like, oh shit.
You know why? because we learned character backstory. We saw how shitty their lives was. We fell for them, and they got ripped.
Ripped away from us.
Yeah.
We learned to, well, we grew to love all of them. They were all fucking badass. They all had their personalities, and I enjoyed it. And when they died, it hurt. But Lilia's death was fucking sad. Agatha's death.
So good.
Agatha's death was really fucking sad. And this backstory was really fucking sad. But I had so many chills because this song is a fucking banger every time it's used.
I'm gonna add it on myself, that's for sure. But seriously, for this show, the best thing in my opinion will be the set pieces.
The way they did it.
The way they did it, the fact that everything felt real.
Because it was.
Because it was.
Well, I mean, it makes sense now that we know it was created by Billy, but I still like it in a way that, like, CGI is overrated, in my opinion. It needs to be there to support, not to be everything, right? So when this is like, when things are like this, I love it. But WandaVision was great because of its approach to storytelling. It was different, it was original, I liked it. And in a way, Agatha was also in the same vibe and but still different enough to stand on its own. So I enjoyed it very much. I think
a nice
we didn't see many MCU shows yet. Like, we are keeping them for reactions.
We've seen Lucky and we've seen WandaVision and Agatha, and that's it for now.
That's it. There are some that we're not interested in, but others that we do want to watch because I feel like we're gonna enjoy them, and I think we need to watch them in order to keep following the MCU as a whole.
To keep an update on them, yeah.
So when I say I'm ranking it high, it doesn't really mean shit because I haven't seen many, but still I also know that other people put Agatha pretty high on the list as well. I know Moon Knight is supposed to be fucking good. I cannot wait to watch it. But we need to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier first. So this, then Hawkeye, and then Moon Knight. And then we'll see. But I'm excited. This one was a really good one.
It was a banger.
A good introduction to a good character, the way I like it. And now I'm rooting for him because I like him as a person. He's not just a pale imitation of Wanda, right? And Agatha is still around, but then she's going to be adding to this. And without coming full circle, we're kind of doing things differently than Wanda, but in a way that feels right. Just like, I mean, she did what she could, but Billy is closing the chapter with Agatha, and I like this. So I'm excited to meet Tommy and see what they do with him. Hopefully they keep that energy and that vibe going, because this is great.
Yeah, right now they are doing good.
In any case, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Favorite character?
Well, I mean, I do love Billy.
Billy?
What he brings on screen, I do love it, yeah.
I guess Billy and Agatha are pretty, like...
A good duo.
I love Rio as well. She'd be the third one, maybe. Because I'm excited to see what she can bring.
She's quirky.
She's
back.
Nice. Yeah, if she comes back, like, I want to see what she can bring. That'd be cool. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this show with us. If you want to see the full length reactions, they are all on Patreon. The link is in the description below. And whenever we watch another MCU show, it'll be here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So bye.